Hello and welcome to this week's edition of Mindful Monday. If it's your first time joining us, you're welcome to put in comments where you're coming from. If you have any questions or comments, you're also welcome to DM questions, comments to me. If you have any topics you'd like to hear covered, same thing. DM, put it in comments. If it's your first time watching, you can also type the word mindful. It doesn't matter if you're watching live or replay, any platform. And then we'll give you the link underneath your comment mindful to get the PDF copies, which look like this. They come out the Sunday afterwards, and they have basically kind of what we covered. And you also get a free recording too. So today we're here to talk about a technique called core transformation to help shift your mood, to uplift you, to change your state kind of thing. So what is core transformation? Well, basically it's an NLP technique developed by Connie Ray Andreas that can help you to quickly shift your mood or your state. It uses reflection and some inner resources. So it can be used for difficult emotions, relationships, habits, achieving goals, and much, much more, as most NLP techniques can. So the process is basically, and this is my mini version, not the Andreas's, of course, which is copyrighted, is going to be to kind of notice what you'd like to shift or change, whether it's a thought, an emotion, a behavior, a habit, etc., etc. And then if you're doing this on your own, you'll want to kind of close your eyes, relax, and turn within, and you'll step into a time when this occurred. So you're not actually needing to do this now, we're just going to talk about it. And so as you would turn within, you'd really put yourself into that place. You'd see what you see, hear what you're hearing, all that kind of stuff. So putting yourself directly into the experience as much as you can. And then while you're in that experience, you'll ask yourself what would feel better, or what do you need to feel better? And so you can either mentally take a note of that, or you could, have a piece of paper nearby, pop open your eyes, write that down, close them back down, go back within. And so you'll take the response you got, and then you'll step into that fully and completely. Because if you can think or conceive of something, you can step into it fully and completely. And so you'll just be doing that in your mind. And then when you're there, you'll again ask what would feel even better. And so you kind of keep repeating these steps, dropping in and stepping up, until you get to what we call a core state. So a core state is basically, it's going to be the highest state ever. It's a state that's independent. It's not dependent upon anyone or anything else. So it'll be something like, for most people, peace, love, oneness, unity, connection, wholeness, etc., etc. And then I personally recommend that once you have that core state, you create or fire an anchor into that so that you can quickly draw it up anytime you like. So I do that by naming the core state, touching my fingers together, taking those 3 breaths, and each exhale I say my anchor, my trigger phrase again. So it's a great way to kind of, change your state really quickly. So if you are watching and you're not driving a car, involved in anything that requires your focused attention, I'll go through kind of a quick one. Of course, it won't be very personalized because I won't have the words that you're coring, etc. But you'll get the idea of how the process works, if that makes sense. Now, if you are doing anything that requires your focused attention, this video will be available anytime you want to watch it, so please just come back to it later. All right. So if you're watching in a safe place and you'd like to continue, then take a moment and ask yourself, what feeling, behavior, thoughts, or habit do I want to change? You can think about where, when, with whom this happens, kind of thing. And then when you have that, go ahead and close your eyes. You might take a big breath in, exhale, relax, and just turn within. You can think about a specific time when this occurred, really mentally stepping into this situation and seeing what you see, hearing what you hear, and feeling what you feel. And as you relive this experience, you might notice internal images or sounds, maybe a thought or a smell. Whatever's there is there. No need to try and change any of it. Then you might ask yourself, what do I need to feel better, or what would feel better than this? Just notice what your first impression is. Whatever it is. As you can conceive of this, you can step into it. So take a moment and step into whatever came fully and completely. And when it's there, just relish in that for a moment. And then ask yourself what would feel even better than this. And whatever occurs, and step into that fully and completely, because if you can conceive of it, you can step into it fully and completely. And so taking a moment to do that now. When you're there, just breathing and relishing in that. And then you know what to do. Ask yourself what would feel even better. And whatever comes to mind, and simply step into that fully and completely, because as you can conceive of it, you can step into it fully and completely. So stepping into that. And when you're there, just relishing in that for a moment. And then again, asking yourself what would feel even better than this. And then stepping into whatever occurs, stepping into it fully and completely, because as you can conceive of it, you can step into it fully and completely. That's right. And once you're there, you can just relish in that. We'll do this one more time. So again, what would feel even better than this? Whatever comes to mind, stepping into it fully and completely, because as you can conceive of it, you can achieve it. So stepping into that fully and completely. And then relishing in that. And so you will continue to do this on your own until you reach your own core state. So perhaps pausing the recording if you need to. And once you've achieved your core state, just feel that core state from your head all the way down to your toes and from your skin into your bones. Letting every nerve, cell, and tissue fiber relish in that core state. If you like to, you can touch your middle fingers to your thumbs. Take another big breath in on your exhale. Think or say your core state word to yourself or out loud. Again, breathing in, fingers touching. Exhale, think or say your core word again. And one final time, another big breath in, fingers touching. Exhale and think or say your core state once more. Lovely. And from now on, anytime you touch your fingers together in this way, or even just think about it, because this core state is a state that is independent of anything else. You can bring it back up, not because I said so, but because it's a resource you have within you at all times. And just take a moment now and look back at all of those other answers that came before this core state. And notice how they're all there within your core state. You can step into any of them anytime you wish. That's right. Good, good, good. So slowly coming back to the room in that beautiful core state with your anchor. Thanks for listening. Have a great Mindful Monday.